How's it, and welcome to my review of FUGA Melodies of Steel 2. In this game, we follow the events after the first, where the children are visiting the capital city where their tank the Tyrannus is being analyzed. Some of the kids enter the tank but are suddenly trapped inside and the tank starts moving, so the rest of the kids chase after them and rescue each of those kidnapped. I thought this was a clever way to reintroduce the characters so that you don't just start off with a whole bunch at the start. The stakes were much higher because these are characters you have grown to like and care for. I thought the antagonist in this sequel was really fleshed out, and they wrote him in a way that you hate him and also feel for him at the same time, as opposed to the villain in the first game where he's your run-of-the-mill corrupt leader. He does have a cool design going for him though. So there are no spoilers, but there are some really big twists in this entry. As for the gameplay, I find it riveting choosing how I want to approach each situation. Do I want to delay the enemy's actions, lower their defenses, and who do I want in the front lines and their partners, and also what order do I want them to act. There's a lot to think about, and it might turn some people away when you might have to think about optimizing your every move, but once you get the hang of it, it's really addicting and rewarding. I'm not sure if it's possible to get the true ending on the first playthrough, given how difficult some of the bosses were, on top of hacks, the new guide of the Tyrannus, forcing one of the kids to go into the soul cannon once you reach maybe below 50% HP, and only have 20 actions then after to defeat the enemy. I had so much trouble with the final boss. Felt like money was hard to come by, and the healing items are scarce, so I had a really tough time in my first playthrough. Sometimes between battles, you will encounter intermissions where you can have the characters talk to each other to raise their affinity, and levels to strengthen their attacks, or upgrade the Tyrannus' damage output, health, or skill points. There's the occasional ruins that you can explore to find rare materials needed for upgrades, and in these, you have to avoid booby traps and dangerous monsters with a little resource management sprinkled in to keep things fresh. In these ruins, you have limited amount of ammo, and you should think carefully about when and where you use them. It's usually better to shoot down the walls that block the way to more ammo. If you love the music in the first game, you'll be pleased to hear that there's more of that in this iteration. You still get the exciting cannon shots and explosion sound effects in battles, and more Lien tracks that up the intensity of battles. I played this game in June of 2025, and there's a fast mode lock. So you have to be careful of saving over files that don't have fast mode enabled because you cannot revert back to the original intended gameplay. And in fast mode, you will skip the majority of battles. I don't believe there's any update to fix this, so just be careful about your save files. Settings for this game are similar to the previous. You can set the volume for music, voices, and sound effects, change the characters' voices from French to Japanese, change the characters' outfits during intermissions and ruins expeditions if you have any, and you can toggle the tutorials if you are already familiar with the gameplay. There is also an accessibility option of remapping the buttons. When the tank is pressing forward between battles or other encounters, you can toggle between regular speed and turbo to lessen the time reaching the next event. This was a great sequel with some improvements of its predecessor and a must-play if you have played the first one and enjoyed it. The third game is also out, and they are all essential in my opinion. I will have my review for the conclusion of the trilogy in the future, so please stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Hajime